Over the past few years, I've joined many art challenges. Some were monthly, some seasonal. I always started with excitement, believing that I would finish the challenge. I never did. This time, I did. If I'm being honest, most of those challenges didn't end with a clear decision to stop. They usually ended very quietly. I missed one day, 2 days, and suddenly it felt awkward to continue. Interestingly, the only challenge I ever completed was much smaller, just 5 pieces over 5 weeks, and even then I submitted them very late. This December, when I decided to try again with 25 days of Christmas challenge, I didn't expect anything dramatic. I just wanted to see if I could show up, one small drawing at a time. The first and biggest lesson I learned is that preparation matters far more than motivation. In the past, I relied heavily on how inspired I felt that day, and when inspiration didn't show up, neither did I. This time, I didn't plan every drawing in detail. I didn't sketch everything beforehand, but I did decide on the theme, the materials, and the general format. That alone removed a huge amount of friction. When I sat down to draw, I wasn't asking myself what I should draw. I already know how I would begin. And surprisingly, that made starting feel much lighter. Looking back, I didn't draw better during this challenge. I simply made fewer decisions. And that saved my energy. Instead of negotiating with myself every day, I could just sit down and draw. And that's what helped me keep showing up. Another big reason I failed past challenges was because I expected every post to be meaningful, polished, and worth sharing. That's a lot of pressure to carry every single day. This time, I consciously lowered the bar. Some drawings were small, some were simple, some were honestly just okay, and I gave myself permission to let them be that way. Once I stopped treating each post like a performance, it became much easier to return the next day. The goal wasn't to impress, it was to continue. Consistency didn't come from doing better work. It came from doing work that felt doable. Even with preparation, not every day went according to plan. Some days I was more tired than expected. Some days the original idea felt far too ambitious. In the past, days is usually where I could stop. But this time, instead of abandoning the day, didn't show up, I adjusted the drawing. I simplified. I reduced the scale. I changed the expectation. The format stayed consistent, but the energy didn't. And I learned that consistency doesn't mean producing the same output every day. At some point, the goal shifted from making something good to making something finished, and that shift kept the challenge alive. Posting publicly did help me stay accountable. Knowing that I had shared something yesterday made it easier to show up today. But this only worked because I kept the expectations gentle. I didn't promise daily masterpiece. I didn't explain myself when a post was simpler. The pressure wasn't the audience. It was always my own expectations. Watching this challenge changed how I see myself as an artist. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, steady one. I now have evidence that I can stay with something even when the work is small, imperfect, or unnoticed. That kind of trust in yourself builds slowly, but once it's there, it changes how you approach everything else. If you have stopped a challenge before, I hope this reminds you that you are not inconsistent or undisciplined. You probably just haven't designed one that fits your life yet. Thank you for being here, even if it's just for a moment.